Hello.
Yes, yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Okay. Okay. Rafi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay. So, do you remember what are the topics we covered? Very few students are joined. Attendance is compulsory. Who is the SIA? CR.
Sir, he is not here, sir. He is not here, sir.
Only
He is in
10
another
people.
class. 17 members in this class.
Yeah, 17. Out of that, only few students are joined.
People are writing arrear exams, sir. Others I don't
Today
know.
also.
Today also, sir.
But because today more absent. 8 people.
7 or 8. 7, 8, 8.
Yeah. 8, 9 people. It is including me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So only 9 people are available. Okay, today we will go to the class. So remaining all having arrear exam. Hello. Hello. Jai Surya.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All having arrear exam. Are you sure?
I don't know, sir. Some other people are
Okay. Jai Surya, mute your audio. Lot of noise.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. So today we are going to see the building blocks of embedded system hardware. Okay. So what are the blocks are available? How they are going to write the code. So those things we are going to discuss. So before discussing this, again we will check the components of embedded system. Actually, in this unit, major questions they will ask from this components or a building block or a block diagram of the embedded system. It is also called. So this is a 10-mark question, and they will ask that structural design of your embedded system also. So already we've seen. So these are the two major big mark questions. So don't skip these two topics mainly from first unit. All of you clear? So surely you may get any one of the question as a 10 mark or 14 mark. Okay. So today we will see the components of embedded system. So what are the components are available? So previously we seen the architecture that is in the deep level, and here I'm going to see the blocks. So block means what are the blocks are available. Okay. You can able to see what are the blocks are available. Is it visible for you, students? Just
Yes,
tell
sir.
one by one. What are the blocks are
Yes, sir.
available?
Input device.
Serial
Yeah.
communication ports, parallel ports.
So yeah, just okay. Instead of studying, just to tell one block and then tell what is the purpose of it. So for your knowledge.
Serial
So
communication.
input. Yeah, coming. Anyone. Pradeep, you
Input
tell.
device settings.
Sir, serial communication port is used to communicate input and output, sir.
Okay. So
Program
information
memory.
sharing. There you're going to share the information.
Yes, sir. Via port.
Yeah. So can you able to tell any one of the example serial communication?
Sir, VGA connector.
VGA connector, serial communication. Yeah, correct. So we are just sending the information to your output port. So that is the output, right? So VGA used to connect the display. So that is the output port. And any other? Now you are using nowadays day to day,
Mobile phone, sir.
not mobile phone. That USB ports are available, right? USB port.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is
Yes, sir.
USB expansion? Anyone know the USB expansion? Hariharan, tell me.
Universal serial
Bus.
yes, sir.
Universal serial bus. So your name itself represent serial. Okay. So nowadays that USB is coming. Why it is called universal in the sense? Previously, camera means it may have separate port and a mobile phone have separate port. But right now, USB can able to connect to many devices. So for example, I can connect to your mobile. I can connect to your camera. I can connect the mouse. Everything is comes under the USB, right? So nowadays, Bluetooth also are coming using the USB only. I'm communicating only using a one single port for multiple purpose. So that's why it is called as a universal serial bus. Okay, so that is one of the example of your serial communication, and it is the fastest communication also. And one more is you used to know the Type C cable.
Yes, sir.
It is also a
Nowadays,
serial communication. Yeah. And Hariharan, tell any one of the block which you know and explain what is the purpose of it. Hariharan.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir,
Tell any one of the block and explain what is the purpose.
system hardware block, sir.
எதனா ஒரு block explain பண்ணுப்பா. This is the block diagram of your embedded system.
Sir, last class, sir, எடுத்தீங்க. Last class, நான் arrear examல இருந்தேன், sir.
No. Actually, I'm asking. These are the common blocks already which you studied in MPMC. Correct?
ஆமா சார்.
எதனா ஒரு block explain பண்ணு நான் கேக்குறேன். உனக்கு தெரிஞ்சதா சொல்லு. I'm not asking new one. What you know, just tell. Share with me.
Sir, அதான் state port.
Which one? Hello?
Sir, no idea, sir. இல்ல sir.
No. At least power supply you can able to tell, right? It's a basic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you have to give a proper power supply. So we required one of the blocks to provide it. Because each and every ICs works on different supply voltage. Even including mobiles also. Some are using the normal charging and some other mobiles are using the power charging, fast charging.
Yes, sir.
So in that the inputs voltage and current will vary. It's not quite same.
Yes, sir. Fast charger means input வந்து you'll give a input more input.
So the thing is watts will vary. So if it is a normal charging distance 10 watts. 10 watts means 5 volts 2 amps. So 5 into 2 10 volts. Fast charging they will increase into 15 watts. So voltage or current may increase. So like this, for embedded system processor, what is required voltage that will provide by the power supply block. Balganesh, what about you? Any one of the block explain it? Another block explain பண்ணுப்பா Balganesh.
The timer, sir. Timer.
So what is the purpose of timer?
Sir, example சொல்ல sir.
Yeah.
Sir, இப்போ charge போறாங்க sir.
Okay.
Fast chargerல இப்போ வரவெல்லாம் fast charge ஆயிடுச்சு அந்த குறிப்பிட்ட டைம்க்குள்ள சார்ஜ் கொஞ்ச டைம் இன்புட்.
Okay. So timer is used to in order to calculate how much time it is used to work or to complete one work, right? So that is the purpose of timer. Suppose I am running in a one lap. So how much time it may take for one complete lap? If you use a normal time, so it may vary in terms of seconds. We cannot able to tell accurately. But if you use a timer, we can able to tell at point also. For example, 5.7 seconds.
So
but if you are using a normal watches in the sense, you can tell 5 seconds. That's it. In that also, if you are using the timer, you can able to accurately calculate 5.1 second, 5.2 seconds like that. So that's why we are using the timer. But in processor, for what purpose we are using timer in the sense, in order to complete one task, how much time it may take. So this will be provided by the timer only. And Arun, can you able to tell any one of the block other than timer, power supply, and serial communication? Arun,
screen load ஆயிருக்கு சார்.
screen still loading. Okay. Okay. I'm just displaying the block diagram of the embedded system. Okay. Hello. Able to hear me?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So in that one of the
yes, I can hear
parallel ports are available. What is the use of parallel port? What is the use of parallel port? Already you studied in MPMC. That's why I'm asking. Otherwise, I can explain and then I will go. Parallel port is used for communication purpose. So serial communication, parallel communication. Here, parallel ports are used for parallel communication. So what is the advantage and disadvantage of serial and parallel communication? Means parallel communication, we may have more number of buses. So if it's example, I'm going to transfer 8-bit means the parallel ports consist of 8 buses in the sense in a single clock cycle, I can able to send the 8-bit so that it is very faster. If you go for the serial communication, serial means one by one. So bit by bit, I want to transfer the data. So what is the drawback in the sense it may take 8 complete clock cycle in order to transfer the 8-bit data. Did you understand, everyone? So what is the difference between the serial communication ports and parallel communication ports? And so you can able to ask, sir, parallel is very faster. Why can't we use that one instead of serial? So if I use a parallel, the cable will be very huge one, and the pin adapter also will be very huge. So we can't able to use that for the mobile purpose, right? So mobile is nowadays it become very, very thinner. So in that they are trying to reduce the size of your port. So if you are using the parallel port distance, it is not possible. Still you have to use the huge cable. So for example, I can tell dot matrix printer. Can you able to see in banks and all they will use the large printer, which is having a huge cable. So that is a parallel port actually. So it is very faster. It will fastly send the data. But you can able to see the hardware size is very, very higher. So that's why we are preferring the serial communication in most of the application nowadays. Parallel communication mostly avoided. So wherever it requires, I want speed of operation. I'm not bothering about the hardware in the sense. I will go for the parallel communication ports. Okay, na? And Naveen Anand, can you able to explain any one of the block? Naveen?
Sir?
Yeah, explain any one of the blocks which you know. Yeah, explain any one of the block.
Processor, power source.
The processor is the heart of the any system, right? So it is the heart of the any system. So what it will do? Frequency. It will give the actually generally speaking, processor is to give the instruction and it will control. Okay.
Ability to solve complex algebraic.
I didn't get you what you're talking. Okay, let me complete. So processor having the program flow and the data bus control unit. So program flow in the sense the execution of the program one by one, it will send the data and then it will execute. So that unit will be there, as well as a data path control unit will be there. So data path control unit used to send the data at particular time. So suppose I'm performing addition in the sense it has to wait for the input. On the time I will data path control unit will send the data to that operation in order to complete the operation and in order to find the result. Okay. So that these two major units are available in the processor. So it will fetch the unit and fetch the instruction from the memory execution unit. So where it will take the instruction, actually the program will be stored in your memory. So from there only it will fetch the instruction. So that can be done by the memory execution unit. And after fetching that instruction, like I said, it has to perform some operation, right, like addition, subtraction. So in that, what I will do, I will use the arithmetic and logic unit. So these are the unit already you've seen in that structural design. Here they're given in terms of block diagram. So program processor consists of the program flow control unit, the data path control unit, and the execution unit, and as well as their arithmetic and logic unit. So these units are available inside the processor. So and as well as the instructions for the program control task. So for example, instruction in the sense whether I want to read or whether I want to write, if any branch operation is there, any loop operation is there, everything. And if I'm going to transfer the data, any interrupts are available, whether I want to stop the program, whether I want to jump to any other location. So these instruction already you studied in MPMC, right? Jump operation, loop operation, halt, hold, interrupt. Is it all of you? The data transfer instruction, like moving an object, copying the data, everything. So these can be controlled by the processor, and as well as the normal control like sleep mode, reset mode. So these so sleep mode means it will make it idle. The processor won't do anything, just simply it will maintain the same execution of the program. So once you make it a sleep, in the sense it won't do any further performance or any operation. And reset means what it will do, it won't do any operation, all will become zero. So that is nothing but the reset. So these operation can be performed by the processor. And power supply, like I said, so power supply not only giving to a single ICs, it is giving to multiple ICs inside the embedded system. For example, it has to give the supply to the clock, input output devices, and the processor, memory. What are the units? A single IC. What are the single IC or single chips are available inside the embedded system? So for that, the power source will give the supply to that one, not to function it properly. Okay, and in the power supply, so there will be a power dissipation management is there. You know what is the power dissipation management? Hello? Hello? Anyone?
Sir.
Power dissipation
No,
management.
sir, no.
Power dissipation.
No,
Why in your laptop we having the fan, the cooler? Why we are purchasing the cooler, additional cooler and all? What is the need?
Sir, it is used to remove the heating, sir.
Yeah. So if any processor are working very fastly, in the sense it may produce huge number of heat. So we have to manage that power dissipation. Okay. So instead of wasting that energy in form of heat, I want to reduce the flow of instruction. So thing is, if a single IC executing only 10 instructions per clock cycle, it won't produce that much heat. Okay. If it is executing 100 instructions per second, so what it is doing, if a small duration, it is working more. So due to this, surely the heat will generate. So working more in the sense, what it represents, it is converting the value ones and zeros and ones and zeros. It's switching and on, switching on and switching off. So by going this, what it represents, the current flow will vary. It's keep on taking the current flow. So you know that any one of the transmission line, so if the current flow is huge, means what will happen, the heat flow will increase, right? Hello? In a transmission line, if power is supplying, if you are drawing more current, the heat will dissipate or not? Hello? Ma, can you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So similarly here also the processor will generate the heat. So what I will do, this power dissipation management will wait and stop the instruction at particular time, not to avoid the heat dissipation. And as well as if heat dissipation is reduced, means surely the input power will decreases, so that it will maintain the power management. and as well as it will reduce the number of clock rating. So how much clock it has to execute for one cycle. If it is reduced in the sense, surely the heat will decrease, as well as the program. So program will be optimized. Optimized in the sense it will reduce the size of your program. If size of the program is reduced, surely the execution will be reduced, so that the power dissipation will be reduced. So these are the things can be done by your power dissipation management. And in that power source, power supply, we're having the clock oscillator. What is the use of oscillator? What is the use of oscillator? Anyone?
Change the frequency.
The frequency of operation, not to decide the frequency of operation. Already you studied about that flip-flop, right? If you are giving the clock cycle, then only the flip-flop will work. Okay, so flip-flop is a digital system. So every IC is surely it having this kind of flip-flops, the digital circuits, everything is available inside the microprocessor. So if in order to work it, surely we have to give the clock cycle. And you can able to see the i3 processor, i4 processor comes under the 2.5 GHz, 2.1 GHz. It represents the frequency represent the speed of operation, how fastly it is executing. Okay, if frequency is very higher, the execution time will be very, very less. It represents, it will execute very faster. Is it clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
So in order to provide that, we require the clock oscillators. It will provide the oscillation frequency to the circuit, as well as the real-time clock. See, clock is different, real-time clock is different. So clock is nothing but giving the pulses 1 0 1 0. And what is the real-time clock? Real-time clock. Real-time clock, ma.
Normal, it's like a normal clock, sir.
Normal clock. Okay, yeah, good. So in a computer, you can able to see the timings, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Similarly, if you go any biometric devices, they may have time. So in your mobile also having time. So in order to provide that one, we having the real-time clock system. So this clock frequency signals will be converted into real-time clock. And reset circuit. You know what is the purpose of reset circuit? Like I said, in order to make everything comes to zero, and it will make the system idle. You are restarting the computer. What you are doing restarting, after that what it is doing, it is going to off mode, and again it is reset means if you are resetting your mobile, what is it doing? It is erasing all the data, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is reset. And one more thing is the watchdog timer. So what is a watchdog timer in the sense? I will tell you an example. If you are opening any one of your application in your mobile, it is not opening properly. What error message you may get? Guys?
Sir?
Yeah, if you are opening any one of your app from your mobile.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so if that app is not working properly, are you getting any error message?
Not responding message.
Waiting
so not responding, whether we need to wait or we need to close the app, right? Yeah, so that message will be generated by watchdog timer. So watchdog timer is used to, if any one of the application is not working properly at particular time duration, it will send a error message. So this work is not, this app is not working properly, whether you want to wait or I want to reset the app. So for that purpose, if that timer is not available, if watchdog timer is not available, keep on, the app will be open. Try to open for the entire day using an infinite loop. So that's why this watchdog timer is required. If that watchdog timer is not available, means what it will happen, it will try to open the app continuously. Like you can able to see in some system, sometimes if it is crashed, means you can't able to close the app also. Is it right? Sometimes it may happen. So for closing that app at particular duration, we are having one more block. That block is nothing but watchdog timer. So you know what is the purpose of dog, right? in order to give an intimation to the user if anything happened wrongly. So that's why I named it as watchdog timer. Okay. And if you go for the memory block, what are the memory block? You know, what are the memories are available?
RAM, ROM.
Already we've seen RAM will be there, ROM will be there, and internal RAM ROM will be there, and external RAM ROM will be there. So these are the memories which we are using in your embedded system. And the interrupt handler. What is the interrupt?
While we are working on some program, we are executing another program, sir.
Yeah. So main processor will do the main process. Okay, it will execute. So if we need any services, we will interrupt the processor, and we will ask to service for our requirement. So for example, I told one example, right? What is that example?
Interrupting in class.
Interrupting class. Yeah. So I'm taking the class. That is nothing but the main program. Okay. If you got a doubt, you're asking me, sir, I got a doubt. So what I will do, I will stop the class. I will clear your doubt. After that, I will come back to the class. So this same process will occur in your embedded system also. So in terms of programming, main program will run. If any sub-program you are giving, it will complete that sub-program. After that, it will come back to your main program. So that is the purpose of your interrupt. And a communication unit, like I said, network Ethernet will be there not to communicate using the internet, and serial communication and parallel communication. And already we discussed about the serial buses and parallel buses. And input output ports. So what is the necessity of input and output ports? Not to communicate with your outside world. Okay, so whether I will give an input or I will get the output from the processor. In the input output port also, it will be a parallel or serial combination. Okay, so these are the blocks mainly. So using it. So building block. So building blocks, like we already seen, these are the things. So power source and clock oscillator, clocking units. So it's nothing but different real-time clock, watchdog timers. The system timer is nothing but the watchdog timers, and real-time timer circuits. And real-time clocks are there, reset circuits. So power up reset, switches are available, watchdog timer resets are available, and memory we discuss, input output ports and buses and interfacings. So interfacing the sense, sometimes you can't able to directly plug and play any device. So you require some software, right? So for example, for an iPhone, if you connect to your laptop, it won't show. Is it right? Hello? Hello?
Sir?
Sir?
So if you're connecting iPhone to your laptop, so you can't able to transfer the data, right?
Yes, sir.
So for that, we required one more software. So that is called a interfacing software. So, so we required additional, whether hardware or additional software in order to interface between the two devices. So that's why it is named as a interfacing. And DAC, ADC, any idea? What is DAC?
Converter, sir.
Come again.
Digital to analog converter.
Converter. Yeah, correct. So digital to analog converter and analog to digital converter. I will tell I'm using the mobile phone, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm making a call, so I'm talking. So I'm talking is nothing but the speech signal is nothing but analog or digital?
Analog.
Analog. So you know that what are the signals you are capturing from the environment, that is nothing but analog, vary with time. So for example, the speech, temperature, light, and pressure, humidity, everything is nothing but the analog signal which you are capturing from the environment. So I'm talking in a phone, and the microphone is capturing that vibration. Sound is nothing but the vibration of sounds, right? The molecules. So it is capturing. After that, it will convert into digital. So for this purpose, I require the analog to digital converter. So once it is converted into digital, after some process, it will transfer to you, the receiver. So receiver, what he will receive? The digital signal he will receive, and he can able to listen my voice through the speakers. So speakers are converting the, I mean, speakers are used to project the analog signal of my voice, right? So inside the process, what it is doing, it is converting the digital into analog one. So for this purpose, I'm using the DAC. So every hardware, the DAC, ADC will be used. So these are the building blocks of your embedded system. And already you've seen about the how to select the processor and what are the design constraints I'm using. Like I want to check the instruction set and how much bits I'm using and what is the clock frequency and the ability of the to solve the complex problem. So based upon that only I will select the processor, which we already discussed in the last class about this. And then and one more thing is the build process system using the software courses. So anyway, we know that embedded system is nothing but combination of your hardware as well as your software. So software also plays a major role. Okay. So we've seen a lot of hardware previously. Now we are going to see about the software. So what are the softwares are there and what is the use of it? So first one, any project consists of your source file. So what is a source file in the sense? You're writing the C program, right? In your Word notepad or whatever maybe. So that is nothing but your source file. Initially, I'm giving a one of your input. Okay. And what is the library file? What is the library file?
To store, sir.
To store. Library file.
Sir, it consists of all
Data.
all kind of functions, sir.
Yeah. So the thing is, I am initially while writing the C, I will write first line of the program like include stdio.h standard input output, right? So how you're writing inside the program, I'm writing printf, scanf. I know what is print represent. Print represent is not to print the value. Scan means not to take the input. I know it. How the computer will know? So it will take it as a just a print is nothing but a board. So in order to know the meaning, what to do, it will take from the library function. So that's why initially every program I'm including the library function like include stdio.h and include conio.h, include math.h. If I'm using the math.h, it will use we can able to use a lot of mathematical expression like arrays and all. If you're using the array, surely you have to include the math.h. So that is nothing but your library files. Okay. And the compilation. What is the compiler? Use of compiler?
Sir, to check whether there is an error.
Yeah. So to check whether there is an error, the errors are available. So here they are having the building process of your software. So first is your, like I said, your source file is nothing but your, for example, C program or a Java program or a Python program or any programming language. Okay. So that is your source file. So first I am giving that source file into the compiler and it will convert into your assembly language program. And in order to convert the assembly language into machine language, C program is a source file and machine language is machine known language. So in between, I'm converting into that assembly language in order to remove the errors and all. Okay. Likewise, here I given only one C program. So likewise, I will give many assembly language program like a Python, like a Java I can give. Okay. So likewise, I'm getting the value from the compiler. So one is after I getting that compiled value, that will be given to your assembler. So assembler will convert the assembly language program. So that is called intermediate language into your machine language module. So that machine language module is called your object. Okay. Do you know what is the source file and what is your object file? So object file is nothing but machine language. So which is understood by the machines. If we see that coding, we can't able to understand. It will be in terms of ones and zeros, it will be in terms of hexadecimal, or it will be in terms of any other model. Okay. And likewise, the linker is used to get the different machine language from different object. Like I told, one machine language from the C program and one machine language from the Python program, Why? Because the embedded system will not work with only one input. It will get the input from many, so that I can able to write the many program. For example, I told ATM is not a single embedded system. It is consist of different embedded system combined together. Okay, so linker process is getting all the different objects from different files, and afterward that will be given to your excuse me. Okay, sorry for the disturbance. So after getting that from the linker, that machine language program will be given to your loader not to load in the memory. Okay, so memory, in the memory, finally it will be available in terms of binary files, or also it is called as hexa file, hex file or hexa file. It will be a binary or it will be a hexadecimal. So this is how the program will be processed from your source file to your the hexa file or binary file. So this is what I explained in the next session. So this is the actually after the last slide represent the build process. So surely you may get this question in your examination. So what is the build process or block diagram of your embedded system? Okay, so this is a 10-mark question, and already we discussed that structural. So structure of your embedded process. So this is they will ask in 14 marks. Why? Because a lot of theories are available. So you have to explain each and every. So this is nothing but a processor. Inside processor, what are available? Okay, and you can able to see that processor block in your block diagram. So inside that processor block diagram, you having that structure. So everything. So here this is a processor block. Inside the processor. So what you studied in structural of the processor, that will be available inside this one block. Okay. So next is design process. Just to know what is the design process actually, using this diagram I will explain. Okay. So this is the abstract of your design process. So what you will do? Suppose I want to design a system. Just tell any one of the example. Anyone I want to design? Can you able to tell any small device? A small device.
Sir, calculator.
Okay, so take a calculator. So how I'm going to make the design for the calculator? Okay, so first of all, for the calculator, what are the things I required? Required in the sense what I'm going to do.
PCB.
Basically, what I'm going to do. So I want to fix whether it will be a normal calculator or a scientific calculator. So if it is a normal calculator, what are the operation I want to do, and what are the inputs I required, and what is the output I want to give? Is right?
Yes, sir.
Multiplication.
Yeah, so
Numerical values.
yeah, so numerical value I want to give as the input. After that,
Sir, check.
and then, so what are the operation I want to perform? So that I want to do, and how I'm going to project that as a display. Whether I'm going to use the LCD device or LED device or any other. So likewise, okay. So we having a lot of displays right now. So these are the requirements. And next is specification. So specification represent in order to do this project, and what are the processor I required, and for what, for example, calculator having different specification, right? Normal
Okay.
calculator having a small specification, like it can able to execute up to 10 digit. If the 10 digit exceed, it will show the error message, right? Syntax error.
Yes,
So
sir.
suppose the value can't able to display a normal calculator, it will go like so error value. So if you go for the scientific, it is also having certain limitations. It will, for example, it will show the value up to 10 to the power of 6. If you go for 7 in the sense, it will show the error, syntax error. And these are the specifications I will mention. For example, if you're using mobile having certain specification, right? So what is the processor, how much capacity, what is the data rate, how fast it will work. Similarly for the calculator also, what is the limitations, how fast it is working. These are nothing but your specification. And next is come to your architecture. So architecture represents the hardware architecture. So I will design. Suppose I'm going to perform 8-bit arithmetic operation. Means I will choose the architecture by 8-bit buses and 8-bit input, and output will be 16-bit. Is it right? Why it is 16-bit output? Why I am preferring 8-bit input and the output is 16-bit? Anyone tell? I'm taking an 8-bit input and output will be 16-bit. I'm preferring 16-bit output. What is the need?
Transferring data will be faster.
No. See, if I'm doing summation, addition, maximum it will produce only 9-bit. If I'm doing a multiplication of 2 8-bit, what will be your output? Almost it will be 16-bit, right? So for that purpose, I will, in a architecture, I will design input will be 8-bit and output will be 16-bit. And similarly, not to store that, I require the memory. So these designs comes under the architecture. So what is the processor I want to use? What is the ALU and what is the bus size and what is the output bus size and what is the memory location? In some calculator, it will store up to 15 value. So I can able to increase the memory size not to store the 20. So these comes under your architecture. And next is come to that components. So what are the components I require? So in order to give a input, I want the input keypads. And in order to provide the output, I want a display. And I need a one package in order to protect that all internal devices. So these are nothing but the components required in order to build the calculator. And last one is system integration. Any idea about system integration?
So it's like update processor.
Update processor. Sure.
Sir?
So system integration means inside the device, what are the blocks I will integrate? I mean, instead of connecting the external device, see, nowadays you're getting the inbuilt memory, right? In your mobile.
Yes, sir.
In olden days, you have to insert the memory card. So what are the things I'm integrating inside itself? So that is nothing but your system integration. And suppose I want to integrate a testing module. So you know that computers having the ability to troubleshoot some error by itself. Is it right? Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So likewise, if you are in within a chip itself, I am giving some additional block not to do by itself. That is called your system integration. So for example, I told computer having the self-testing process, and it can able to troubleshoot the problem which is arised by itself. That is nothing but system integrator. And similarly for the calculator, if I'm integrating anything inside, so that is nothing but your system integration. So finally, I will get the device. So that device is nothing but the calculator. So this is nothing but your design process. So design process comes in two ways. One is top-down approach and this bottom-up approach. Top-down approach, like I said. So bottom-up approach is nothing but I will think first one, I want to invent a calculator. And for the calculator, what are the components I require? I will go in reverse. So using that component I'm going to use one processor. Okay, in that processor, what architecture I want to do? After that, based upon that, what are the specification I can give? So previously, based on the specification, I design calculator. Now, based upon the architecture, what are the specification I can able to give? So this will go in reverse direction. So that's why it is named as a bottom-up design. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So design metrics are available. So metrics is nothing but what are the limitations. So I want to see the power dissipation. Suppose I'm designing one a portable device which consume lot of power, means I can't able to give you a huge battery, right? So I want to consider the power. So power should be consumed minimum, and as well as the performance should be fast. So problem is, if I increase the performance, the sense speed of operation, surely the power will be dissipated largely. So I want to compensate any one of that. And process deadline. So process deadline in the sense within a 10 clock cycle, for example, I'm telling I want to complete the task. If it's lead means I want to wait for a long time. Is it right? So suppose I'm using the laptop, say any malfunction happen, hang up, I can able to wait, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So suppose I'm driving, I'm hitting the car, or having the ABS system. So after hitting it, it is not applying the brake in the sense, it's a failure. So what will happen? Accident will happen. So there, I have to keep the processor deadline. Okay, that is called as a real-time operating system. Later we will discuss that one. And user interface. So your user interface means easily I can able to access the options and all. So if it is very difficult, I have to go for a settings. I want to go multiple options. That is not a user interface. So friendly user interface in the sense it will be very easy to access it. And size also important for the system. So if it is a huge size for a mobile, you can't able to carry the mobile always. So size should be limited to your hand. Okay, and the cost. What is the engineering cost? What is the manufacturing cost? Anyone? What is the engineering cost? Any idea about the engineering cost, manufacturing cost? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. The
Any
engineering
idea?
cost means designing of
Yeah.
designing.
Yes. So if a software engineer writing a code, he's not going to spend anything. Only he's writing the code. But for his idea, I'm going to give you a amount not to get the code. Why? Because I don't have the I don't know knowledge of that one. So engineering cost is the person which is given anything by means of his knowledge. So that is nothing but your engineering cost. Manufacturing cost is nothing but device cost. How much cost is taken to manufacture a device? So that is the difference. Okay. So flexibility is nothing but using the multiple versions, and prototype development is nothing but first I will use a small prototype. After that, I will build a large one. So these are the things. And time to market. How much time it may take for the market, and system and user safety. So safety in the sense security is under security. So those will come under your system and user safety and maintenance. So maintenance is nothing but whether mobile doesn't have any maintenance, right? So no need of servicing and all. But laptop requires some service. So these are under your design process metrics. Okay. Any doubts are there, students?
No, sir.
Okay. So let me take the attendance. Some people joined lately. Keep on telling, come in time. Otherwise, I will provide the attendance. Let me check the attendance. Adarsh, you joined at 1:13.
Sir.
Yeah, you joined at 1:13.
Yes,
and
sir.
Mohammed Najim also late. Purushothaman came at 1:17. Venkateshan 1:30. Edith Larison 1:34. What is the need for what is the reason? Verification clear, sir.
சார் எனக்கு வந்து நெட்வொர்க் ப்ராப்ளம் சார். எனக்கு சுத்தமா எனக்கு உள்ளே கனெக்டே ஆகல சார். நானும் எவ்வளவுதான் சார் ட்ரை பண்ணி பாக்குறது. நான் எனக்கு எல்லா கிளாஸுமே இப்படிதான் சார் ஆகுது.
நான் என்ன சொல்றேன், எதனா ஒரு நெட்வொர்க் கிளீனா ஒர்க் ஆகும். just get that network னு சொல்றேன். after the online class
நான் யூஸ் பண்றது தான் சார். எல்லா கிளாஸுமே எனக்கு அப்படிதான் சார் ஆகுது. நான் எல்லா சார்ட்டையுமே நான் அப்படிதான் சார் சொல்றேன். எல்லா ஸ்டாஃப் கிட்டயுமே
எங்கன்னா ஒரு இடத்துல கிடைக்கும் அங்க பாரு. ஏன்னா because you're going to listen the class, so for that you just
நீங்க கரெக்ட் தான் சார். ஏதாவது ஒரு இடத்துல அந்த இடத்துல அங்கேயே இப்ப வீட்ல எல்லாம் இருந்தா சுத்தமா இருக்கு. இதுக்காக எனக்கு அங்க போறதுக்குள்ளே டைம் ஆயிருக்கு சார். நான் போயிட்டு அங்க போயிட்டு ஒரு இடத்துல வெயில்ல
1 hour break இருக்கு, யூட்டிலைஸ் பண்ணிக்கோ. because you can't able to come to college, so that's why we are making everything online. Just understand the scenario.
ஓகே சார், ஓகே சார். நான் இல்ல சார், நான் எல்லா சார்ட்டையுமே சொன்னேன். அவங்களுக்கு சரிப்பா ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லப்பா, நீங்க எப்படியாவது உள்ள மட்டும் வந்துருங்கப்பா அப்படின்னு தான் சொன்னாங்க. அதான் நான் உங்கள்கிட்டயும் சொல்லிட்டேன் சார். எனக்கு நெட்வொர்க் ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கறனால நான் எப்படியாவது நான் உள்ள வந்துருவேன் சார். நான் உள்ள வராமலாம் இருக்க மாட்டேன். உள்ள வந்துட்டேன்னா கிளாஸ்ல தான் இருப்பேன்.
What about Venkatesan?
சார் எனக்கு இப்ப 2 o'clock அரியர் எக்ஸாம் இருக்கு சார். அதனால ERP கிட்ட அந்த லிங்க் வாங்கிட்டு இருந்தேன் சார். மெயில் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன் சார்.
நேத்துலாம் பண்ணிருக்கலாம்ல. சாட்டர்டே அண்ட் சண்டே ஹாலிடே தான்.
எக்ஸாம்க்கு முன்னாடி half an hour 1 hour முன்னாடி தான் சார் அந்த லிங்க் அனுப்புவாங்க.
What about Purushothaman? You joined at 1:17.